Hello, my little ponies, and welcome to another installment of Characters Analysis, where today I'll be discussing Princess Miyamori Cadenza and, of course, Queen Chrysalis. I'm doing these ones together just for the fact that they were shown together, and a majority of their actual character development took place in a song together, This Day Aurora, which, quite frankly, is a fantastic song, and like most people, they don't look into songs, but I've always been one to actually listen to the songs and feel the emotions in them. So, let's start off with Queen Chrysalis. She is a changeling. She devours love, and of course she is evil, apparently. Honestly, I don't think Queen Chrysalis is evil. Let's say Queen Chrysalis, who's obviously insect type, is similar to that of a bee. She would be the queen bee. It's her job to help the hive find food. She depicts the place where the hive is. They are also meaning that all those changelings are her children. She's trying to take over Equestria, not because of its resources or because it's an area of power. She's taking it over because it's a great place of love, which to them is food. Imagine if you've been out in the desert for 40 years and you come to a place that's filled with food and places to live. You get where I'm going at, don't you? I don't think Queen Chrysalis is really evil. Yes, it's wrong for her to try to take over a country, but she was doing it to help feed her family. Yes, she was also consolidating power, but she had to in order to be able to take over the kingdom, in order to feed her family. For all we know, the changelings could have starved to death by now. So, yes, Queen Chrysalis is not the nicest changeling or pony. But there's also a few things about that. Well, for instance, in the song This Day Aurora, it's clearly stated that she does not love the groom, but she still wants him to be all hers. This is basically a simple mentality. Women often want to keep a man even if they don't love them anymore, just for the simple fact that they don't want to be alone. She's feeding off his love. He's a source of food for her. So of course she's not going to truly love him. But think about this. He was a stepping stone. A step in order for her to be able to get the palace. Yes. Is that good? No. But also, she is seen to be a bit bitchy and conniving and sneaky, which all goes into being a love sucker. So, I'm gonna say that she's chaotic neutral. She's not really evil, for the things that she's doing are for good reasons for her people, but she's also chaotic and not that good. She is also kind of a bitch. Next up is Princess Miyamori Cadenza, or otherwise known as Princess Cadence. Now, she's been called a Mary Sue. Even I've been guilty of this. Let's face it, I refer to her as the Pink Pony Princess. And yes, she does seem gosh darn perfect. But she isn't really. Let's look into this song, This Day Aurora, again, where we first find out that Princess Cadence isn't Princess Cadence, that she was in fact stuck down into mines. Well, let's see here. She is strong, cowardly, and prone to giving up. Let's face it, she wasn't trying to get out of that cave. She was curled up whimpering. And then, once again, when she was trying to push that cart, she was giving up and started to cry once again to the fact that she was going to lose her love. Now, I say that this is due to her being in a weakened state, but it also shows weakness. She is one, when the going gets tough, that she has a hard time keeping going if she doesn't have others to help move her forward. Also, she suffers from what most women suffer from, a great fear that the person we love will marry someone else. Not only marry someone else, but someone else that doesn't truly love them, that will end up making their life miserable, and is going to probably be completely wrong for them. But yet, most of the time, women will shut their trap because they don't want to spoil the happiness that they have with them now. But also the fact that most people don't listen to them, even if they are just saying that they're jealous. She has a very sensitive heart. But more than that, she's kind, generous. I mean, look at it. She is generous due to the fact that she was willing, even as a princess, to babysit Twilight. She is kind for the fact that she spread love. She could use her magic to have anybody she wants to fall in love with her, but instead she uses it for others. That also probably goes around generosity. She's kind of silly at points too. I mean, come on. That whole ladybug dance. She's intelligent. She's capable of running an entire empire by herself. And she can also be very well at dealing with stress to a point. She also has freak out episodes. But what I'm getting at is that she is what I like to call a Disney princess. She represents good qualities. Qualities that any little girl should want to want to stand up and say, yes, I am a princess. These things are important because little girls, well, our role models have always been sort of limited. And for those that want to be gentle, kind, and girly, princesses are basically the only way to go unless you want to look up to models. So, yes, I think Princess Miyamori Cadenza is a good role model. So, to recap, Princess Cadence is alright by my book. She is kind of a Mary Sue, but she is not perfect. And of course, she's nerdy, which I love. But Queen Chrysalis, once again, I hate the fact that they're making all queens evil, and she's probably not as bad as everybody makes her out to be. Yeah, she is a love-sucking monster, but it wasn't her fault that she was born that way. And until we get word otherwise, I'm just assuming she was born that way. And she was just trying to feed her family. So, as always, I am Starlight, and I am shining out. And don't forget to sparkle, my little ponies. Yeah?